This 4th of July weekend, local Catholics celebrate two U.S. Supreme Court decisions that protect freedom of speech and religious liberty. The first victory came last Friday when the U.S. Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision, struck down what was known as the buffer zone, a 35-foot semicircle painted around the entrance to the parking lot outside abortion clinics like Planned Parenthood in Springfield. The Massachusetts legislature passed the buffer zone law in 2007 to prevent demonstrations or protests in front of abortion clinics, but employees of the abortion clinic were exempt from the law and were able to freely pass through the buffer zone. Tim Biggins is the chair of the Pro-Life Commission for the Diocese of Springfield.
Yeah, the buffer zone, also great development from the court affirming our free speech rights in a unanimous decision. No ambiguity about that. You know, that we have the right to have that free speech and access to the public way outside an abortion clinic. So that's good, and that's good. We understand that the reaction in Massachusetts was due to past violence that none of us wants to see. So it's not a good thing. When you're pro-life, you want to be peaceful all the time, peaceful and prayerful. And I think that that's been demonstrated in the 20 years that there's been a buffer zone law thereabouts, and so I don't think there's any risk to anybody.
Then, last Monday, another victory for religious liberty. In a 5-4 decision, the court ruled in favor of Hobby Lobby, the Oklahoma-based arts and crafts chain which objected to the Obamacare mandate requiring them to pay for contraception for their employees. The decision applied to closely held for-profit companies. Hobby Lobby, which has a store at the Holyoke Mall, is owned by a Christian family. Attorney Jack Egan of the Springfield firm Egan, Flanagan & Cohen represents the Diocese of Springfield. He says he's not surprised with the court's ruling in the Hobby Lobby case.
I think it's an important case for First Amendment rights. I think it's not particularly groundbreaking. I think it was foreshadowed by the Citizens United case, in which the court said, same split, 5-4, that private corporations have First Amendment rights with regard to political speech and political contributions. Well, if you got First Amendment rights with regard to certain aspects of the First Amendment, it seems to me it easily follows that you have those rights with regard to the religious aspects of the First Amendment.
Because of the unique corporation sole structure of the Springfield Diocese, it would be exempt from the HHS mandate. That's not the case for all dioceses across the country. Several have filed lawsuits challenging the contraceptive mandate, including the Archdiocese of New York, Washington, D.C., and St. Louis, to name a few. Attorney Andrea Bernault McGinnis is a former member of the Pro-Life Commission. She practices family law in Holyoke. She says she never bought the Obamacare argument that contraceptives were a necessary part of a woman's health care.
In the Catholic Church, of course, we take a stand against contraception. Contraception, some will say, is part of preventative health care. And we say, well, contraception is actually used to prevent pregnancy, and we don't feel that pregnancy is a disease or an illness that needs to be prevented. It's a natural part of the process of life, and we're not looking to include it as health care.
With regards to the HHS mandate, there are still several high-profile cases to watch, including lawsuits filed by EWTN and Priests for Life. Reporting for Reel to Reel, I'm Carolee McGrath.